Hello everyone, welcome to Pick Up Play. This is the 52 game challenge. This is the month of June completed games list, and it's been a pretty productive month, largely because I had a week off this month and didn't make the most of it. It was a very hot week as well, but yeah, eventually just sort of made the effort to sort of beat some stuff and try and clear some elements of my try and clear some of my Steam hard drive. To be honest, it's filling up, so I needed to just tick some stuff off. So we'll get to that. I've also, as we're halfway through the year, I thought I'd talk about some lessons that I've learned, I suppose, doing this. It's not I don't know. Yeah, we'll get to it. It's not been terrible, but it's not worked quite as I wanted it to. I've also sort of finally decided I'm going to change how I do the list, which is I've separated out the played aspect. So you can see on the left, you see all the greens. That's games where I'd completed them. Whereas for June, I've just put the stuff that I've actually played. And the completed is on the separate bit, which I had both of them anyway. Anyway, on that. So first game up was Batman Returns on the SNES. I don't have footage captured. I was playing it on this little Android thing, and I got mixed up between the power button, which is here, and the reset button, which is here, and I went to put it in sleep mode and reset and lost all my progress. So I haven't been back to it, but Batman Returns on the SNES is really good. Unfortunately, it's one of those games that you sort of assume no one's going to know. No one noticed. No one noticed that game was great. Turns out, yes, they did, and it's one of the more expensive Super Nintendo games. Actually, I can't back that up. I think there's way more expensive Super Nintendo games. But it is an expensive one, and I am not going to buy it. So, yeah, that's a shame. I would like to. But I did buy the Mega Drive Batman Returns, and it's rubbish. It's not the same game at all. It's a terrible game. So, yeah, I actually feel like the Game Gear game is better than the Mega Drive game, but, yeah, I don't know that I've got that. Anyway, have I got footage of the next game? Yes, Blasphemous 2, which is a game I've been playing on Steam Deck. I saw the game, there's some DLC that's just come out for it, and it was on all the sort of not E3 video stuff, and it looks like Castlevania, and I'd love these guys to do a Castlevania. But yeah, I liked the original Blasphemous, didn't finish it, so I didn't buy the second one, so I was like, well, I'll buy that, it comes with the DLC, so I'll play it, it's free DLC. The sort of Castlevania aspect, you have to get quite far into the game to get, and yeah, so I need to play the game. I've done the first thing. I can't remember what you're doing. You need to find these 3 things, and I found the first one, and I'm on my way to the second one. I've opened a few bits up and stuff. So it's if you haven't played them before, they're very sort of Catholic toned Metroidvanias with some Souls elements of you die, you can go and get your corpse back, and when you save, enemies respawn and you refill your health flasks and stuff like that. It's good. I'm not a huge Souls fan, but I really like the Blasphemous games. The next game is Gravity Circuit, which I think was free. I forget why. I think the studio that made it, either there's a sequel coming, or they were celebrating, like the publisher was celebrating, I forget. I don't have footage of it. Yeah, I don't have footage of it. I dropped it. I didn't love it. I thought it was okay, and yeah, it just wasn't the game that I thought it was. But I thought it'd be a good Steam Deck game and just chip away on some stuff I had installed on the Steam Deck, and yeah, I didn't love it, sorry. So next up is a game that I do have footage of, which was Fight Night, which I've spelt wrong. That's terrible, don't say that out loud, I'm going to change that. I have footage here that's played on my PC. Disappointingly, it doesn't do cloud saves, which is a bit of a pain, because I'd made reasonable progress without actually getting anywhere, I suppose, because it is sort of run based. You go into the tower, you make a bit of progress, you have to go out and save. If you die in the tower, that's it, that progress is gone, and so you go back to your saves, and that happens way more than you think, because you think you're safe, then all of a sudden you take a ton of damage, and just push on a little longer. You shouldn't push on, you should just leave, but it can be quite a trek to get out again. Next up was a game that I bought I've played through before this particular Resident Evil Remake, I might as well just say it. Resident Evil 4 Remake, sorry. And I played through it on PS5. I really like Resident Evil 4, I think most people do. I like the remake. Playing through it again, I bought it because I never played the remake of Separate Ways. The first time I played Separate Ways was the Wii version, because it wasn't on the GameCube original. And yeah, so I wanted to play it, and I didn't, the cost of the DLC on PlayStation was about the same as just buying the game again on PC with the DLC, so I figured I'd just do that. And yeah, but I thought, well, I don't want to just play the Separate Ways DLC, and this was the week I was off. So I was like, I'll play through Resident Evil 4 Remake, and then I'll do Separate Ways, and yeah, that's great, it won't take that long. And the game is way longer than I remember it being, and I have not finished it. I've still not finished it. I'm in the castle, making slow progress, and dipping in and out every now and then. The next game is a game called Gold End Goal, which I'm not counting towards the completed game stuff, but I did footage for the channel. I think it got a few views, this. And did a video of the demo. I quite like it, and I think it's out next week, maybe, or something, like the actual final game. It looked alright. I have no idea how much it's going to cost or anything, but I liked what I played. It was fairly simple, but it was fairly fun. And yeah, I don't know if it's going to be too much of the same thing if I just go and get the game again, but I might do. I might stick with it. I think it looked alright. So I say looked alright, it played alright. I liked it. So, on to the completed games list. And first up was a game right at the start of the month. I think it was the first day of the month. Phonopolis, which again, there's a video on the channel, so I'm going to be reusing some of that footage. I liked Phonopolis. I didn't love it. And yeah, I struggle to... There's a few games like this at the minute that I've played and I'm like, yeah, okay. So I like Amanita Designs games, generally speaking. This didn't click with me the way some of their others did. But it's not bad. And it's certainly interesting. They do some interesting stuff in it, and I think it's probably worth playing. The next game is a game called Mirage Feathers, which I don't currently have footage of. I should try and grab some footage of Mirage Feathers, so hopefully over this bit you're seeing some footage, because it can't take long to download, it's tiny. But it's an Afterburner 2 style game, and it's pretty cheap. It's really, really fun. It's not a huge game. There's a bit where it looks like it's going to go on and on and on and on, and it doesn't. So I don't know if they were intending to do more. I don't know if it's the sequel to something. I don't know if it's part of some other world. I have no idea. But I loved this. I thought it was really, really good. It's a couple of years old, but yeah, brilliant game. Brilliant. Loved it. The next one is Buckshot Roulette, which is a game that I've had for a while and never quite got around to. It's not a big game, so when I was trying to clear stuff off my Steam Deck and on my main PC's hard drive, that shouldn't, it's not taking up a huge amount of room. The footage you're seeing now is from the PC version. I beat it on Steam Deck, but the save doesn't carry over. It's a much more interesting game once you start getting items. So once you win the first round, or once you do the second run, then it's a better game. Next game is Indica, which, if you've not played, I really recommend this. I love this. I don't think it is for everyone, though, so when I'm saying I recommend it, maybe I'm not. But it's you play as a nun, and she's sort of reluctant. Well, she's not. I think she wants to be good at it. She wants to be a good nun, and she wants to believe, and she wants to be devout, and she tries really hard. But she's got these voices, or this particular voice in her head. She's treated really badly by the other nuns, some of it for her past, presumably, and some of it, I guess, because of the voices she hears, which she assumes is the devil. But yeah, so she's sent to deliver a letter, and ends up meeting up with this criminal and helping him. It's a really good story. The game looks incredible as well, fantastic looking game. But yeah, a lot of people fell off it very early. If you go and read the Steam forums and Steam reviews, you'll see a lot of people fell off. There's a task early on where you have to take like 5 buckets of water to fill a barrel. And yeah, it's not the most compelling start to a game. If you can't get past that, then you probably won't like the rest of it, even though it's much better after that. But I'd suggest it's not the game for you. But it is it's a really good game, really interesting. Deals with, occasionally it's very, very, very funny, but it deals with a lot of theology and belief and guilt, and then has some really harrowing stuff happen. Like it's it's an odd old game, and I captured all of it to do a let's play, and then was playing it and just being like, I can't, this is not a let's play game, this is just isn't right. So I've currently got it all on my hard drive, but it I don't think I'm going to upload it because it just is not that sort of a game. There's a lot of me just sat there quietly. But yeah, recommend it anyway. I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. The next game up is a game called Batsugun, which I played on the Evercade, which is this thing, which we'll talk about in a minute. And you can't capture directly from this thing, which is a bit of a pain. If I had more time, I probably could just emulate it. I probably have it on something that I could capture from. Batsugun, it's not quite a bullet hell, but it feels it. I'm playing on this, it's the Hyper Megatech Super Pocket. This, it's got really good pixel density on the screen, but it is very different. A kind of bullet hell shooter where you're supposed to be dodging in and out of bullets and stuff. That's nigh on impossible on a screen this small. So yeah, mixed feelings on it. I like the game's all right. I liked it, but it's looked nice and sharp, but as you probably saw from that footage, it's a little too small on the screen. And I just used the demo footage because I can't play it and hold the phone at the same time. So yeah. Anyway, good, but next up was The Suicide of Rachel Foster, or the self-deletion of Rachel Foster, if you... not that I am monetized, but if I was. Yeah, I don't... this was okay. It's a good story. I think that's what I'd say of it, is it's not... As a horror, it leaves a bit to be desired, and it's very slow at points. It does a really annoying thing where it only saves at the start of each day, but you'll see it save in the corner and you're like, okay, I'm at a checkpoint or something. And no, you're not. So that can be... you need to wait until the next day to turn it off, basically. And I found that out the hard way, and then it crashed on me right at the end of the game, like more or less the last scene of the game, and I had to redo the final chapter, which didn't take long, but it did mean... some of the impact and the pacing was lost because I was doing stuff for the second time and rushing through it and stuff because I'd already seen it. So, yeah, aside from that, I thought it was okay. It's got some negative comments and stuff on. Again, maybe don't read the Steam forums as a general rule, but it's got some negative comments there because of its subject matter and people feel it's maybe not handled it suitably. I thought it handled it fine, really. I don't think it's excusing it or anything. I think it just is. And yeah, I don't know. It's worth playing, but it is one of the games I've had on my hard drive for years, and I just needed to uninstall and make a bit of space, which I have yet to do because I needed to capture stuff. But yeah, that will be one of today's jobs, I think, was just free up a bit of hard drive space. And that's it. So we're at 27 games halfway through the year, which is par, I think. I mean, it might be slightly above par, but we've done I had to do 3 of the 5, or 3 of 7. Let me start that again. I've got to do 5 of 7 games of a particular list. I keep mentioning this, and I've done 3 of them. So I've beaten Anthem, Dragon Quest III HD 2D, and what was the other one? Oh, Alone in the Dark remake thing. So those 3 are done. I've still got 2 more, or potentially all of, Alan Wake 2, Shin Megami Tensei 5, the Blood and Wine DLC for Witcher 3, and the DLC that Phantom Liberty for Cyberpunk. Most of those are in some way started. Alan Wake 2 isn't, but that's one that I definitely do, I think. I definitely want to do that one. So I think it's been a couple of months since I've made a dent on one of them, and I might make an effort this month to do one of those. Possibly Shin Megami, because that's probably easier. I think it'll take ages. I'm quite near the end, but I think it'll take ages. Just because of the nature of it. But playing that on the Switch might be easier than being sat here if we're in the middle of summer. So yeah, maybe Cyberpunk and Witcher are winter games to see if I can finish them. But yeah, so like I said, I had a week off and I made a bit of progress in that this week and caught up a little bit in terms of the completed games because we were behind. Ideally, would have made more progress, but well. Yeah, so to finish up, I figured I'd talk some thoughts, but now we're halfway through the year. How I think it's going, or lessons I've learned from it, and not to be negative, because I think I've completed more games than I would have done. That's the first thing. I think I would have stayed dipping into some stuff, or redoing stuff, or just pick stuff up and moving on. Pick stuff, move on. So I still would have finished something like Resident Evil. I still would have finished Pragmata, but some of the other games, like, I really like Bang Average Football. I don't know if I'd have stuck with it to the end. I think I might have just moved on at some point. It would have been a Steam Deck game or something. Paper Trail I would have dropped. Yeah, I don't know, like Grapple Dog, I thought it was fun, but I might have dropped that. I think there's a few that I just wouldn't have stuck with, and I don't think I'd have gone back to Dragon Quest 3 and ticked off. As much as I kept saying I was going to, I don't think I would have done. Particularly with how much I had left. Like, I'd spent hours, like tens of hours beating that, like 30, 40 hours, I think. Yeah, so it was good. It's been good for actually getting some stuff beaten. But when I look at the list, not that many of those games are games that I wanted to play. Some of them are. I mean, they're all in some form games that I wanted to play, I suppose. Otherwise, I wouldn't have started them. But they're not games that, like, I need to sit down and play this. And I think if you looked at the average length of some of them, like, I haven't gone back to Dragon Quest 7 remake, and I was really enjoying that. And some of it is because it came out of the PlayStation. I haven't gone back to it, but I think I probably would have done. I think I would have stayed with it because there wouldn't have been a time pressure of wanting to get something else done. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but maybe I'll get back to it before the end of the year. If not, maybe next year. Yeah, and then the other thing that has really stuck out is that the making the list doesn't take a huge amount of time. It takes longer than it should, really, because it's just, Google Doc. And this bit to camera might take, say, an hour, because, like, I've recorded this once already and ballsed it up, so I'll start again rather than make a difficult editing job, or, even more difficult. I'll just start again and try and keep within half an hour this time. That stuff's not too bad, but I have to capture the footage. And in my head, when I started this, that was going to be really easy. I was just going to hit capture on the PlayStation, capture on the Steam Deck, hook the laptop up with the capture card, and just capture, or hook it up on this computer, or hook the capture card up and capture whatever I am playing on Steam Deck or Switch or Mega Drive or Saturn or Dreamcast or whatever it is, PS2, something, and just hook up and capture, and I've got a bit of footage, and I only need to capture 5 minutes at most. That's not really been the way it's worked, because you can capture something like Alone in the Dark was a prime example of this. I captured footage, nothing happened. So that's not very good. You think it's fine initially, and then you watching it back when you're editing, you're like, why am I showing that? I need to show what the game is. So that, yeah, you start capturing more, so you have more to pick from, and then it becomes a longer process, and the laptop struggles a bit more as well. But yeah, it's that's the bit that's been the sort of downside, is stuff like this I can't capture from, and this I can, but I might play something on this, then I'm going to have to go and find it on this, or I'm going to go and find the Mega Drive collection on Steam and get to a point, like, to capture something that I've already played. Like, it starts adding up, and that's a lesson that I've learned. And it also has affected what I've played, I think. So, like I said, as much as that list I've sort of said, I don't know if they were things I'd necessarily want to add. I haven't done any Dreamcast Roulette in months and months and months, and I thought this list would be full of Dreamcast Roulette games. And I just haven't had time, because I've got this to do, and I've got a couple of other things to edit. And then sitting and playing a Dreamcast game for that and doing that list, it's not been viable, I suppose, in terms of time. And then I bought these, right? So I thought when I started this, those two handhelds were going to be used. I thought it's a good way, and potentially Steam Deck, sorry, Switch. My commute is very long, and I thought it'd be a good way to get some stuff played. I'd make use of the commute. I'd be productive. But with one thing and another, it just isn't. It's not a viable thing to do really on my commute. So then I've got these, and I don't get to play them. But I could sit at home and play them, and I've bought. I bought this. That Batsugun was on the Tower Plan thing. This is pretty good. I got a Mad Catz one I bought. I haven't played. It's still in its wrapper. I only bought these like a week ago. Neo Geo Arcade 1, which I probably don't really need to play any of them, but, and Arcade 4, which is the new one that's just come out. And I feel a little grubby about the Neo Geo ones, I'll be honest. SNK getting money now, but hey, rather that than the, giving it straight to them, I suppose. Those games are arcade games. They're all short, they're all small, they're all potentially just keep adding credits and beating. That isn't what the list is full of. I've done well to not do that, but it's been a deliberate choice of, if you look at the Hidden in Time game, I'd almost beaten that and then held off posting, or held off actually finishing it when I realised I was near the end, because I didn't want to have it on the list because it felt a bit grubby, it felt a bit too easy. In the same way, I quite like the hidden object games, but I've not been playing them because, well, that is a hidden object game, I suppose. But I've not been playing them because I don't want to add them to the list. And I've not been playing the beat-em-ups, Saturn beat-em-ups and stuff like that, because I don't want to add them to the list. I've not been playing... That's not actually Streets of Rage 2, it's Streets of Rage 2, The Return of the Fighters or something like that. It's like post Streets of Rage 3. And so I think Streets of Rage moves in Streets of Rage 2. I might play it. Looks okay. But yeah, it's affected what I've played, and that's not good, and it's also affecting my available time, and editing time is become a problem. So yeah, I'm not going to give up on it. I'm going to finish it, and hopefully, but it's if I ever did something like this again, I think I'd have to factor that in of there needs to be a better process. I need to be smarter about what I'm doing, potentially just having the capture card always set up and always capturing, or, doesn't matter what I'm doing, just hit record. There you go, I've got 5 minutes, and just do stuff like that. Just be a bit more concise in what I'm doing, and yeah, just thinking more ahead, I suppose, with what I'm playing. So we'll see if I can do that over the next... I'm already a week into this month and I haven't done it, so we'll see. But yeah, maybe that is something that I need to factor in. But yeah, not to finish on a negative, because like I say, I think I'm going to end up completing more than 52 games. I hope so. Whenever I have a week off, I can make real progress. So that's good. So I think it's been worthwhile. I think I'm getting stuff done, and it's forced me to play some stuff that, as much as I've said I wouldn't have stuck with something like Paper Trail, I did, and I played it, and I finished it, and it's not a game that I ordinarily would have done, but it's now something that I have experienced, and yeah, Scritchy Scratchy, Tori Saturn, these are games that I just hadn't played. All in all, I think it's been a good thing to do, and I'm going to end up with a good list of games beaten, I think, this year, and hopefully in amongst that there's some larger games and some games that I really, really enjoy. There's some games coming out in September that look exactly my sort of game, so yeah, we'll see. We'll see how October, November, that period, because I think there's enough of them that it is going to be... They're not going to be done in September, I don't think, but yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. There'll be another one. There's stuff up on the channel. I uploaded Deer and Boy yesterday. Yeah, there's going to be I've captured most of the footage, but there's going to be one where I did a video last year where I looked at what you could play on a 4GB laptop, 4GB VRAM laptop, and I've done another one of those. So yeah, I just need to sort some extra bits and maybe edit it during the week or next weekend and put it up. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a look around the channel, like and subscribe, all that sort of stuff if you want to, and I'll see you in a few weeks.